Martin Katz was dean of the Sturm College of Law for 7 years. During that time, he faced serious challenges and achieved great successes. What is his secret?
All right, let's get to work.
Going very fast. It was a fast and furious 7 years. Marty's penchant for quickness probably began when he was born in the city that never sleeps. In New York, Marty's father, Aaron, was a Wall Street lawyer. His mother, Phyllis, was on the faculty at City University of New York, where she taught developmental psychology. Marty comes by his love for research honestly. In one of Phyllis's earlier teaching positions, she brought Marty to class, where her students later told him that he was an experimental subject for them to study. In 1976, when Marty was 10, his parents and his younger sister Margaret left high-pressure New York for a more bucolic life in Boulder, Colorado. Aaron became a Rocky Mountain entrepreneur, and Phyllis started her own research institute. Marty easily made the adjustment to the Mountain West, where he quickly found that gravity and snow could provide the velocity that would give added meaning to his life. However, all activities did not involve racing to the finish line. In high school, he played in a band called Fourplay. That's F-O-U-R. During high school, Marty was a camp counselor and a lifeguard at Trojan Ranch. Their slogan at the time was, "Give your child the Trojan experience." Marty showed leadership potential early in his life as editor-in-chief of his high school newspaper, The Owl. Marty's need for speed was not completely fulfilled by motoring down the Rocky Mountain slopes, so he soon moved on to auto racing. He built his first car from a kit. It was a replica of a 1929 Mercedes Gazelle, built using parts from a Ford Pinto. Marty learned how to race cars in high school through the Sports Car Club of America. He liked going fast. He routinely came in second, just after his instructor. As Marty's understanding of physics developed, he became more convinced that aviation offered even greater opportunities for speed. In high school, he announced that he would like to learn how to fly airplanes. His mother's reaction was something like, "Over my dead body." Despite the inferior skiing on the East Coast, Marty returned there for college and law school, first to Harvard, then to Yale. As an undergrad, Marty satisfied his passion for action as a rower and coxswain on the Harvard crew. The coxswain's main job is to yell at the crew to motivate them to do their best. Great training for a future law school dean. In the long run, however, he realized boats did not go as fast as cars and planes. There was also the fact that the crew would traditionally throw Marty into the water whenever they won a race. Marty learned how to fly in college. His first passenger after he got his pilot's license was his mother. Marty resisted the lure of Harvard's many clubs and societies until his senior year, when he became a member of the Phoenix. When Marty first entered college, he had planned to go to law school. However, as he learned more about the slow pace of the legal system, he decided to go into business instead. A few years in business brought him back to law. His business experience led him to a strong interest in number crunching, and Marty loves spreadsheets. This is the spreadsheet he uses to figure out what to have for lunch. Marty excelled at law school. He was selected by his peers to become one of 175 co-editors-in-chief of the Yale Law Journal. Okay, there were only actually 5, which is 4 more than at most schools. After law school, Marty returned to the Rocky Mountains, clerking for Judge David E. Bell, and then becoming an associate at Davis, Graham and Stubbs.
I started practicing with Marty right after his clerkship. I was initially his boss and later his partner. I recruited him from his clerkship with Judge E. Bell. I remember the recruiting lunch well. I think the line was, if they really were interested in you, they'd take you to the Palace Arms for lunch, and that's exactly where we took Marty for lunch. Marty was a stupendous associate and quickly became partner at Davis, Graham and Stubbs, and I enjoyed watching him grow. He had an intellectual curiosity and rigor that sort of was second to none. I always knew that he was meant to be a law professor.
In 2000, Marty left practice to become a professor at the University of Denver, Sturm College of Law. He had already taught at the University of Colorado as an adjunct faculty member. And despite his fondness for driving fast on the Boulder Turnpike, he decided to teach at the coolest school in the world.
I first met Marty in 2000 when he came to work at the law school. Despite his great credentials and the signed Chuck Yeager photo on his wall, he was a mild-mannered junior faculty member. He was very focused on his kids in those years. He was always willing to listen, always willing to learn. In 2009, we were in flux, lots of things to do. Marty stepped up, first as interim dean and then as dean. He did a great job. He took the strategic planning process seriously. He led us forward. I will always value his friendship. Thank you, Marty.
In 2009, Dean Beto Juarez returned to the classroom, and Marty was appointed acting dean of the Sturm College of Law. In 2010, after a national search, he became dean in his own right.
I actually decided to come to Denver Law because of Dean Katz. Myself, like a lot of other students, we have a lot of options on where to attend law school. But as soon as I heard that the dean at Denver Law was implementing these innovative experiential learning classes where I could actually learn how to be a lawyer, I knew that Denver Law was the place for me. So Dean Katz is the whole reason why I ended up here at Denver Law, and I really owe all my success to him.
Marty has presided over a transformative 7 years at the College of Law. Denver Law has become a pioneer in experiential education. National rankings have improved, and the scholarly productivity of the faculty has almost doubled. He has also worked hard to build bridges between the College of Law and the Denver legal community. Marty has two wonderful sons, Hondo and Cisco. At Denver Law, Marty met the love of his life, Professor Phoenix Chai. They were married in 2011 with Judge Ebell and Justice Monica Marquez officiating.
One of the best things about living with Marty time is that I don't have to wait very long to see him. No matter where he is, he's only 3 minutes away. Airport, downtown, Boulder, 3 minutes away. And if he's late to this event, don't worry, he'll be here in 3 minutes. Congratulations, my love. I'm very proud of you as always. See you in 3 minutes.
Marty established a new world record by appointing 475 associate deans during his tenure. He will miss the hours of discussing crises with his leadership team over bowls of candy in the dean's conference room. What lays ahead for our leader, friend, and colleague Marty Katz? Who knows? One thing we know for sure, he will not stand still very long. Please join us in congratulating this year's recipient of the Robert B. Yeagy Award for Excellence in Teaching, the Fast and Furious Martin J. Katz.